Well, I guess it started, at least my interest in crystals and gemstones started when I was a little kid. Like I went to a museum and my mom bought me this like amethyst chunk and I was just like in love with it and I hung out with it all the time and it was like my little friend, and I still have it. Like I never got rid of it. I think I was like 7 years old, and so that sparked it, and then anytime we would go anywhere that had them, I would just like beg for them or, ask for them. and so I ended up with a little collection, and then I kind of forgot about it for a while. Like when I was in high school, I just sort of like, it was, I don't know, in a bag somewhere. I was doing teenager stuff. And then when I started like getting back into meditation around that same time, I met some folks from Rome, who were really into like crystal healing and energy healing and using stones in like a ceremonial way. And then I learned about Native American use of stones and realized that it was also in Chinese medicine and across all these different cultures. And I was like, okay, well, there's something here.
This store actually was the first place that I bought like a stone for myself when I was in college. I came in here, I bought a piece of red jasper for grounding because I was about to sing for the first time in front of people. And I was very nervous, so I came in here and Brian said, you should hold this piece of red jasper and just rub it in your hand while you're performing. And I loved it so much. And then I came in a few weeks later and bought some opalite and some chrysocolla, and I had them all in the dashboard of my car. And that's where they've been for the past 5 years since this place opened. And we would come in here all the time just to hang out because it feels so good in here. This is our buddy, Tipper. He is the manager and the best salesman. He does a lot of work around here. He naps, he rubs on people's legs, he runs all over the place, he asks for food. But sometimes people walk in and they just want to come pet him. Because, like I said, we have lots of different healing things and animals can be healing. So sometimes people are like, I just need to pet a cat. And so he's here for that. He's super loving, he's super chill. And it's a joy to be able to bring your pet to work every day. And what crystal shop doesn't need a cat? That kind of like goes with the vibe of it.
I met Brian, who was the previous owner of Stonehaven, and it was like right before he was getting ready to start Stonehaven. He had like all these crystals and giant crystal skulls, and like, yeah, it was really cool. It was almost like he was kind of like the brother that I never had in a lot of ways, and he was a little bit older than me, so he was able to guide me in a lot of good ways. He started selling real estate at a point a couple of years ago and was kind of like back and forth between that and here. And it got to be kind of difficult to balance all of it. And he had been reaching out to me for like basically 2 years, being like, would you want to take over Stonehaven? Because at one point I was trying to open up my own Stonehaven. We were going to branch it out and I was going to open one up in Chattanooga. But that just never came to fruition. So Maddie and I were both working to save up for a shuttle bus. And then, so we were like, we're going to get a shuttle bus and renovate it and live out of that. And then around that same time, my friend Brian, who was the previous owner of Stonehaven, called me and was like, hey, like I have an offer for you. And he made me an offer for Stonehaven. It was pretty much the exact amount of money that we needed, that we had been saving in this jar for a shuttle bus, and with like a little bit of help from friends and family. Stonehaven doesn't even feel like we're the owners. It's almost just like we're carrying on this thing that is sacred, and trying to do our best to do that in a good way and to make it even more in line with sustainability and taking care of the earth, and like making sure that if we're using an indigenous practice, we're giving them credit for it and we're sending the money back to them, and like making sure they're benefiting from it as well. And like, so all of our sage and cedar and Palo Santo and all those things are being sustainably harvested now. We have sustainably harvested cacao bars and like herbal medicines, and we've brought in a lot of natural healing modalities that weren't here before. And also with me doing massage work here, that's another level of things that people can come get here. And our friend Bailey's here 3 days a week doing pranic healing and guided meditation scalp massages, and
cord cutting,
cord clearings, yeah, and we're having more and more healers of different modalities coming in. We have pulse electromagnetic field therapy, like once a month or so, or really more than that even.
We have Reiki healers. We have people who come and do tarot, or just regular card readings and act as a spirit channel so that people can get guidance and messages where they need it. So we're trying to open up more avenues for people to like come in and get different things, whatever resonates with them. If they need a metaphysical healing, if they need a physical healing, if they just need like, you know, some back rubs, like, you know, to take care of themselves in whatever way they feel like they need. We want to offer like a plethora of things that appeal to many different people. So we've been able to like take our skills and like add to what was already here. And that's been a really cool thing about how much we've expanded, even though we haven't physically expanded, that we offer so much more, and there's so much more for people to interact with and do and see and experience. And so it's been really cool being able to see it start and to support him. And we've got a lot of our personal crystals from here. And then to, for him to hand it over to us. And he's even said, I feel like it was part of my journey to start this and give it to you guys. I feel like that was part of what I was supposed to do in this life, was start this and hand it over. And so he's still like involved. He still comes in, he still calls and is like, hey, how's the store? You know, he wanted it to be in the family, and he didn't want to sell it to somebody who might sell it all and not care about it, or who might have maybe darker intentions or not the intentions that he would want for the store. He wanted somebody who was going to take his initial dream and amplify it. And I feel like we're on the path to doing that. And it was just this overwhelming, like, so many people were so happy, not only that it was going to be here, but so many people are in tune. It was so surreal. It's like we opened and we were like, this is our store, but this is our life. Like, is this our life? Are we dreaming? Like, this is what we're actually going to be doing. And so before we opened, the previous owner, Brian, and his wife came, and they were here for the opening. They watched us turn on the open sign for the first time, and we went outside, kind of took a group picture in front of the store to commemorate it, and there was lots of hugs and lots of tears and lots of, we're so proud of you and we're so blessed to be handing this off to you. So it was rewarding, even them being here from the time we opened, to say like, this is y'all's, run with it, we're proud of you, we love you. So we had friends from all over. We had friends come, 2, 3, 4 hours to come check it out and see us and support us, and our families were here, and we had a massive day, and so many people so excited that their favorite store was open again. And so it was a very good steady flow. It wasn't overwhelming, it wasn't too much, but just like the most like surreal day to be like, this is what we're doing now. Like, this is our purpose, this is our job, this is our life, this is like what we've been entrusted to do. And it's been a dream every day since.